The Last Tristar in service. Today we have the L1011 Tristar. Built in the late 1960s, this aircraft was Lockheed's response to the DC-10. In this video, I will talk about how this aircraft went from an Air Canada Tristar to Northrop Grumman launching rockets. Firstly, the reason I was actually able to see this aircraft was because I was visiting the annual Long Beach Festival of Flight, a festival I highly recommend you go visit if you're in the Long Beach area around mid-October. The queue to get in was incredibly long, however, after 2 hours I was finally able to get inside. The second you're inside, you see 3 lovely screens where the 3 operators sit controlling the rocket. During missions, this plane would launch rockets that are 52,000 pounds in weight. And no, they're not that size, rather this. Unfortunately, they weren't allowed to bring the real rocket. However, they had a lovely mock-up blow-up version of it, which I was told weighs 100 pounds as opposed to 52,000. Moving back inside, you can still actually see the numberings of the seats from the Air Canada days, which means this was probably the first class section in a 222 configuration. The seats they had were just like the first class seats they had on Air Canada back in the 60s. However, these were leather quilted as opposed to the cloth quilt they had back in the 60s. Something I did find strange was once you got to the front row, it actually seemed to be economy class seating as opposed to first class. If you have any information on this, let me know in the comments. I then got to see the in-flight safety card, which of course was your basic what to do if the plane crashes, and then the vast emptiness of the back of the plane. This of course was used for cargo and other research. Something I did find interesting was the front toilet was actually converted into a storage closet. I wonder where they pee. Then there was the lighting console, which of course is a lot less advanced than what we have today, with a simple 2 knobs on turning on and off the cabin lights. Additionally, a nod back to the Air Canada days, you could see the exit signs were in English and French with exit and sortie. I was baffled at the lack of security into the cockpit door, with the cockpit door being made out of wood and a simple bolt to lock the door. Second we were in the cockpit, I was absolutely drawn away by the amount of knobs and buttons there were, as nothing was yet online as it was all analog. However, it was absolutely incredible to be able to see the inside of a cockpit that was almost lost to history if it wasn't for the absolutely amazing people at Northrop Grumman keeping it alive. Something that I think all planes should have. At the back of the cockpit there was an actual escape hatch for the pilots if something went wrong. I then saw the absolute wall of dials that the in-flight engineer has to look at during missions, and then checked the overhead console above the passenger seats, which made me realize the Tristar did not have air conditioning. I then saw the amazing Rolls-Royce RB211 engines. However, I was here for the main attraction, which was the rear engine. I absolutely love how air goes in through here, goes through the actual tail wing, and then out through there. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this long form video. I will try to do more of these. Make sure to like and subscribe for more plane content, and it was absolutely amazing getting to see this beast in person.